Hello everyone, welcome back to Kings Row Collectibles. I didn't expect this to be a two-part video, but I think it really worked out perfect the way that the first part, story-wise, dealing with addiction and the psychology of addiction, which, you know, I don't know how much justice I did because I was doing two things at once and it's really hard to concentrate that way. But this episode is going to be about how I got my big giant whale account back twice after deleting the data. Yes, going through, completely deleting it. So in the meantime, we are going to be summoning on the Summer's Dream banner, and I am looking for all of the units except for Ogma, although I think I will summon maybe until I get two of them, but if I get up there in the percents, I don't want to be summoning for him. But I do really want Freya, and Sheeta. We'll see what happens. God, you know, I got pretty lucky in the first video, but we'll see how this goes. So, I realized that I was a slave to this game until it was no longer in my life. And I had tried a couple different things. I had tried budgeting, didn't work. I tried saying to myself, listen, I already have everything I could possibly hope for. Can I just enjoy the game, right? And unfortunately, none of those things worked. So, in a really rash decision after getting to like 11+% on the voting gauntlet banner, I deleted my data. And it took my breath away. It was really hard. I mean, I was in my peak addiction, right? And it was gone. So I lasted about, and this was right before Dagger's Mythic banner. Okay, so, you know, part of me was like, well, let me wait for the Mythic/Legendary banner announcement, which you'll see is kind of a recurring thing here. But I decided not to because I knew I would spend. I knew I would spend. So, so I deleted my game and I lasted probably about, I don't know how many days, a couple days. And then they announced Dagger and I was like, oh God, I want her. And you'll see that I'm not blaming any of this on Dagger, but Dagger's kind of my coup de grace here. So I sent an inquiry to customer service in the app. I told them that I deleted my X amount of dollars game because I figured that if they saw how much I spent, you know, and I don't know if anyone has tried to restore their deleted data before, but I didn't know if the amount of money might persuade them versus someone who was free to play and, you know, why are they going to waste their time on that? So, long story short, it was about 8 days, I got my account back. And we went from communicating on the app to communicating via email. They asked me a number of questions. What was my nickname? How many orbs did I have? About my FEH pass subscription to see if I can verify, you know, A, for them to find the account and B, for me to get it back. So it took them 8 days, and I got it back just after Dagger's Mythic banner ended. And I was like counting down the days and counting down the hours. I was praying that I would get my account back so I had a chance to summon for her. Let's see what we get here. So I didn't. I missed Dagger. But I undoubtedly saved myself a couple hundreds of dollars. Okay, so that brought me to, I mentioned in the first video that one dangerous trend developed. This is actually a really good circle. And that was, I couldn't skip a banner. When I got my account back, there was a second very dangerous trend that can be culminated with Legendary Sigurd. Sigurd is my favorite Fire Emblem character, period. And he's awesome. He's still broken. He's still meta. And I got a copy of him, and it never, ever, ever dawned on me before to +10 a character. Like, I have +10s, but never to pay money to +10 a character right there on the spot, right? And I don't know why or how, but I plus 10'd him. And that was the most money I ever spent at one time on the game. Although, and this does not really count for luck, but I did get fairly lucky in that he was the first red character I got 11 copies of. So before I plus 10 anyone else, like, look, I've seen horror stories. Before I plus 10 anyone else, I plus 10 him. I spent probably $800 or so, give or take. Not proud of it, whatever. But I used the stimulus check money for that, which, again, highly irresponsible, and we're not doing super well here luck-wise. Not responsible, but I also wasn't taking a loss. I'm trying to justify it. It's not justifiable. That's what I did. So I plus 10'd my first premium character just off the cuff. You know, no big deal. So then something even more dangerous happened. The Brave Edelgard Hero, I forget what they're called, Hero Fest banner came out where the rates start at 4%. And I plus 10'd her. I think I had a plus 2 Brave Edelgard, and I plus 10'd her. But the scary thing about this was I blacked out. It was the weirdest thing. I was at work. I think I'm going to skip these blues for now. I was at work, and I pulled 8 copies of her, and it's the weird, I can't remember it. I was so, hitting that button, spend, and then, I don't know if any of you have had this experience trying to plus 10, a character on a banner. I swear to God, the last one is the one that always takes the freaking longest, right? You've gotten this far, and God forbid, the last merge comes home. So, I plus 10'd her, I blacked out, and that was the... Ooh, this is an excellent pull because I would like to plus 10 all my Ikes, but not, wail for them. Just if it happens, it happens. So, the third dangerous trend started. So, again, the first one was not skipping a banner. The second one was I was plus 10ing characters. Oh, wow. This is pretty crazy. There's another one. Let's see if it has any good IVs, because I don't get regular Ikes with good IVs. What banner do you think this is? Because, ooh, plus speed. Probably going to go with that one. So, yeah, the second dangerous trend was I was plus 10ing characters. The third dangerous trend with Brave Edelgard, for the first time, I withdrew from my savings. And again, I had that moment of, I cannot keep doing this, right? But it wasn't until I was trying to budget myself, I was trying to do whatever, the legendary banner was coming up. The Byleth legendary banner was coming up. And before that was the double special hero. And I've been known for spending on the double special hero. I've gotten this weird, completionist attitude where I have to, oh, yay, I got one. Now they're going to be minus attack or minus speed. Please don't be minus attack or minus speed. Oh, plus attack. Excellent. All right, so we are done with greens. I'm going to finish the circle, but I really want Freya and Freyr. Can we get him? Nope, we got Crown. Oh, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, so the double special hero banner, which I was not planning to pull on, but guess what? I got lucky. They baited me, and I spent money, and I ended up at 11% again. And it's in those moments when I get to 11% that I don't know, I decide I can't keep doing this, right? So I deleted my data again, and yay, we got Agma. And I felt a lot better about it the second time. And I will say that okay, well, I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I felt much better the second time. But this summer banner that I'm summoning on right now was announced. And you kind of always have to, like, take it when you're an addict, like, you have to take it like the first thing you miss. So like this was the first, you know, major banner announcement I was missing besides Byleth, legendary Byleth, which hurt because I really, really, really wanted him. And also Dagger was on his banner. So anyway, I was saying that I usually delete my data right before Dagger comes back. So I still do not have Dagger. But and by the way, when Nintendo restored my account, they said that this was a one-time offer. So I really wasn't holding my breath. I was like, this is it. Like, I can't get it back. But then I thought about it, and I was like, what if? Okay, Fallen Julia. There's a Wylia somewhere that's happy about this, but we don't want those. We want Freya. We want goats. And this is all that I'm spending on this banner, so I hope I can get at least one of them. So this time it took 14 days because you have to understand that every message that you have to send back and forth to support takes time. Like, I think the most I waited for a reply was like 2 days, and I was glued to my email, and I was prepared to not get my account back, but I was also like, gee, I hope I get my account back, you know, that type of thing. So let's see. Oh, getting a little nervous now because, you know, but anything can happen. So the reason why this took 14 days was because they contacted me and they were like, hey, we already restored your data and we really don't do it twice. So what the heck were you doing? And as an addict, I lied. And they gave me back my account last night. So I've been farming orbs, all that kind of stuff. And here I am spending on Fire Emblem Heroes again. I'm not happy about it. I really, like, the best thing that Nintendo could have done for me is not give me it back, but they did. I do feel like I am approaching it a little bit different now with a different attitude. Like, well, we'll see, because the crux of my addiction is when I don't get the heroes that I want. But I think the longer I lived without the game and without these heroes, I think the longer I realized I didn't need them, you know? And going through my barracks and playing around yesterday, I have so many units that I love and that I'm excited about that I'm like, gee, I really don't ever need a new unit again in this game, right? But except for the power creep and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, summoning is fun, and sometimes there's not a whole lot to do in Fire Emblem Heroes. And we are getting down to the last 100 orbs, so I hope that we can have some luck with the freaking goats. All right, so let's see what we got going on. I'm looking at my notes here. I was keeping a monthly... What's the word? Like, I was keeping monthly track of how much I was spending, and it was astronomical. So that didn't help either. I thought if I saw the number, and it's just amazing, like, how quickly money can go in this game, right? So I tried to keep track. That didn't really work either. I'm going to offer my closing thoughts on all of this. And then I guess we're going to focus on summoning. We are down to about 100 orbs, and we are goatless. This is a perfect circle. Let's get both of them right here. So you've probably heard a lot of other gacha players say that if you spend money, you need to decide how much you want to sink before, guess what, it disappears forever. The game stops. You don't have anything to resell. I think that's my biggest shame, is that I spent so much money and I have nothing to show for it. Like, I can't get any of it back. Like, at least if I gambled the amount of money that I spent, there's a good chance that I would have gotten some, if anything, back. But, and you know, I think about when I'm 50, am I going to look back and just, like, this chunk of money that was gone in such a short period of my life? It's hard. Okay. Let's see. My other thing is, I've spent money for heroes, quite a bit of money, that I don't even use. because they're new and you want to pull the new characters. Sometimes I would get mad, like I don't get the characters I want and I just keep pulling and keep spending because I'm trying to teach the game a lesson. So I mean, I go through my barracks and there's so many that I spent a lot of money on that I don't even really use. I have gone to therapy regarding, you know, my grandmother and my gambling, but that really hasn't helped. And I was getting a massage one time a couple months ago, and a song came on, and I was like, wait, this can't be. And she's like, I was like, is this from a video game? And she's like, yeah. She's like, say it. I was like, this is Genshin Impact. And she's like, yeah. And me and my massage therapist, we started talking about Genshin Impact, and she talked about spending. And I think it's just so casual that average people who have everyday average lives are spending on these gacha games. And I think it's kind of sad. I mean, I'm hooked. I'm a sucker. I'm hooked. But and we are not getting any of these goats by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah. So I think the best thing my therapist told me, which, you know, I struggle and we all relapse and whatever, so I'm not like setting a great example for anyone right now by doing this, but she said that these temporary fixes, these temporary dopamine things are like cotton candy when we want substance in our life. I mean, think about when you put cotton candy in liquid, how it just dissolves. It feels good for 1 second and then it's gone, right? You need to find something with more substance. And we got her. Speaking of substance. You need to find something with more substance in your life. Let's check IVs. Plus speed minus res. I will 1000% take that. And I have not found that yet. It's hard because with my mental health, spending on this game is a great way to get that temporary dopamine fix. Oh, I would have loved to have gotten Freyr just then. And I think we're going to spend the last 50 trying to get him. And hopefully we do. So yeah, so to wrap this all up, I definitely know I'm not setting an example for anybody. I've been through a lot. Done things I'm not proud of. And of course, we don't get red. Because now the game censor knows. But hopefully... I just kind of want to get the conversation started out there about gacha. Let's just, okay, my Wi-Fi is on. And to let people know they're not alone. Like, I wonder how many people have gone through similar things and nobody talks about it or realizes, right? So, I guess that's all I have to say about that. And we are continuing to have a slow connection. All right. I want to see a pineapple. Also being like a seasoned gacha player at this point, I don't believe in odds. It can happen at 3%. It can not happen. It can happen at 11%. So I get that some things are meant to be or aren't, I guess. I have to say, I think of all of these units, I wanted Freyr the most because there is no unit of him right now, and his art is kind of sexy. It would be too good to be true, though, if at 3% we got that lucky, I guess. I have so many fallen Celicas, you guys. I don't even know what to do with them. I think I think I have 6 of them right now. I have no desire or want for that unit, and she has no good fodder too. Okay, we're getting down to the last couple orbs here. It always goes through my head too, like, I pulled on every red that I've seen, right? So it goes through my head, like, if I haven't gotten him in that many, it's not going to happen. And typically the desire sensor at this point in your orbs takes away any and all of the color that you're looking for. Case in point, I called it. Did I not call it? You get down in orbs and they take away the color that you're summoning on, I swear. I've had that happen so many times. Okay, we're down to 13. I swear to God, I swear. It's kind of crazy how I can, you know, I played this game long enough to know how it is. All right, we only have one more pull left. And that happens. Very, very, very typical of this game. So anyway, I don't know if you took anything from these 2 videos, but nope. Thanks for watching, and have a nice, happy life. Find stuff that gives you substance, and don't spend money on gacha games.